Today we are going to deal with a topic that is scientific management, and we are going to focus on the four principles that were given by F.W. Taylor in depth. Okay, and these are the most easy principles, and I will be using some practical approach and examples so that it will be easy for you to memorize. Okay, it's not at all difficult to memorize this principle. So let's get started. Before that, let me give my introduction. This is Shalini Khatwani. I'm an MBA in the field of finance and marketing from Shri Shankaracharya Group of Institution, Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. Previously was working with the Kalinga University as an assistant professor in management, commerce department, location Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and currently preparing for UGC NET management. So this is Frederick Wilson Taylor, F.W. Taylor. He was regarded as the father of scientific management because he used science in the field of management. His focus was to improve the condition of the workers. He analyzed the problems workers were facing. He analyzed why workers were not productive, and thus they were not able to contribute towards the achievement of the objectives of the firm. Okay, he basically worked on the ground level. See, we have studied 14 principle of Henry Fayol. He focused on administrative level, whereas this F.W. Taylor focused on the workers' condition or improving the workers' condition. His principles are basically formulated, okay, analyzing the situation, analyzing the condition of the workers, okay, like for example, replacement of rule of thumb, harmony not discord. These principles basically are on the more side of the workers. Okay, see, there should be replacement of rule of thumb. He focused on that. Workers should be selected scientifically. Workers should not be, earlier what happened in industries, all workers were paid equally. If one worker is producing 50 unit and another worker is producing 100 unit, both will pay be equal, but this was wrong. Workers should be paid according to their skills, according to their knowledge, according to the production, or according to the output they are making. Okay, by F.W. Taylor, the pay scale change. Okay, he brought more harmony. Okay, cooperation, not individualism. Every workers, every employee should develop his capacity, should be having a good harmonious environment, working environment, where there should be no conflict, no dispute between management and workers. Earlier what happened, management used to think that workers are not working properly, and workers used to think that management is not doing anything for us, they are just giving us orders and orders, that's all. So basically, by this principle, what happened, there was a change in the organization. The changes were basically workers should be selected scientifically, workers should be paid according to his work, his capacity, his skills, his experience, and management should understand the position of the workers, and workers should also be very hardworking, dedicated toward his work, etc. So let's start. We're going to study in depth these principles. So let's get started. Okay, this is the introduction of F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor was an American mechanical engineer. Okay, he was widely known for his method to improve industrial efficiency. He basically focused on to improve the industrial efficiency. He was born on 20th March 1856. He died on 21st March 1915. In 1878, he joined Midville Steel work as a machine shop laborer. See, he joined Midville Steel Plant there, seeing a practical situation, seeing the practical aspect of the condition of the worker or working aspect, there he thought to formulate some principle which can bring change. He saw there workers were not productive, workers felt that management is not giving them good working environment, not paying them well, whereas management thoughts workers are not focused, not dedicated, they are just wasting their time. So basically he thought there is a need for change. There he thought there should be a science, there should be use of some scientific methods, some scientific tools, technique, so that both management and workers can work cooperatively and contribute towards achieving the objectives of the business organization. Okay, so there he framed some principle, there he framed some, I would say, technique also, which we're going to study in the next videos, like functional foremanship, gang boss, blank boss, and time boss, etc., which we're going to study in depth. Now see what happens with the era. New, I would say, new scientists, new practitioners, and new philosophers are coming. Okay, so there is a changing in the organization structure also. Basically what happens, some some practitioners, they analyze this is the drawback, we should change this. Okay, then new updation and upgradation came, and the organization structure changed, the methods, the techniques, the principle goes on changing, but the base was this only. Okay, the base of new principles are this only. There should be harmony, there should be no discord, there should be, I would say, using of scientific techniques, tools, workers should be paid scientifically, workers should be paid according to their work experience, knowledge, skills, etc. Okay, they should be not paid equally. Earlier every workers used to be paid equally. So basically these principles are the base in the field of management. Okay, at Midville he was quickly promoted to time clerk, journeyman, gang boss, over the little hand, machine shop foreman, director, research director, and finally chief engineer. Okay, he was working very hard, he was very intellectual personality, so he was promoted to chief engineer of the work. He was regarded as a father of scientific management because he used science in the field of management, he used scientific techniques, he used scientific tools and methods in the field of management which were based on science. Science refers to there should be a cause and effect relationship. See, if there is, he, for example, if he is bringing harmony not discord, harmony refers to there should be a harmonious healthy environment, not discord refers to this thing should be not there. Cause and effect, there should be cause for that particular thing and there should be changes in that. Okay, cause and effect relationship. Now he did his education from Stevens Institute of Technology. Frederick Wilson Taylor was the first man in recorded history who deemed work deserving of systematic observation. The main focus of F.W. Taylor was on observation and study. He observed the things. After observing, he studied in depth what were the drawbacks, what were the reasons. Then he formed or framed the principle which can change the management. Okay, which can bring change in the result of profitability. There should be good harmonious environment, there should be good relation between the management and the worker, everything should be systematically working in the organization. In Taylor's seminal work, The Principle of Scientific Management, he puts forward his idea of scientific management. See, his principles or his, I would say, ideas were referred as Taylorism. Okay, remember, which differ from traditional initiative and incentive method of management. Now, scientific management. What is scientific management? Let's focus on the introduction. See, scientific management is exactly knowing what you want to do, then seeing it is done in the best and cheapest way. See, basically, F.W. Taylor, he analyzed actually what management wants to do. Okay, for example, they want to manufacture 500 units. Okay, they want to manufacture 500 units. Now, manufacturing this 500 unit is the task of management, but they should analyze. Okay, they should analyze that the quality of the product should be good and they should be produced at cheapest cost. Scientific management is an approach, I would say, refers to exactly knowing what do you want to do and seeing it is done in the best and cheapest way. He focused a lot on the cost. F.W. Taylor focused a lot on the cost, that cost should be minimum and the quality of product should be good. Okay, scientific management can be defined as an application of science for each and every element of management. I have told you earlier also, management definition was given by F.W. Taylor to manage. Management is an art of knowing what you want to do, then seeing it is done in the best and cheapest way. This is the definition by F.W. Taylor, and he also focused that we should analyze what you want to do and seeing that thing should be done in the best and cheapest way. Okay, the theory of scientific management is the brainchild of Frederick Wilson Taylor. One best way to do a job. See, yeah, if you want to analyze, if you want to do a job, if you want to do a task, for example, I want to teach you, I should analyze, I should know what method should be used for teaching, what is the best suitable method for teaching. Okay, which should create an impact in the mind of the student and they will be alert, they will be having a knowledge regarding that particular topic which I have explained, and that should be done in the best way. This is the focus of F.W. Taylor, that work should be done in the best way. 100% should be contributed by the workers and the cost should be minimum. They should not incur high cost. Okay, cost should be minimum. The main object was improving economic efficiency. He wanted to improve the economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. He focused a lot that labor should be productive. Okay, they should incur minimum wastage, minimum cost, they should be more productive, and thus they will be able to contribute towards achieving the objectives of the business organization. It was one of the earliest attempt to apply science to the engineering of process and to management. Now, scientific management can be summarized in four main principles. Okay, see, using scientific method to determine and standardize the best way of doing a job. See, science is used where there should be some science is used where there are rules, there are regulation, there are some principles, there are some techniques. So basically, by scientific management, the management can analyze, okay, what is the best way of doing a job. Now, for example, nowadays large scale industries are using machines, are using softwares, equipments, but small scale industries or traditional industries, or I would say tiny industries, are using traditional method now also. Why? Because they are feeling that this is the best suited method for production, because they have a low cost, they have, I would say, less capital, they don't have much funds for R&D or software acquiring or purchasing of machine, they don't have much complex structure. So basically, depending upon the industry, depending upon the product line, depending upon the structure of the management should decide which is the best method for doing a job. Okay, a clear division of task and responsibility. He said there should be division of task and responsibility. It is very very important to divide the work among the workers. This principle we have studied in Henry Fayol also. Division of work plays a very very significant role. If you are assigning all the work to one individual, he will be not productive, he will be not efficient, and thus he will be doing a lot of wastage, and cost of the production will be increasing. Okay, so work should be divided, responsibility should be assigned, tasks should be assigned to different individual. Why? Nowadays organization structure is being made. I have told you earlier also, there is board of director, then there is CEO, then CFO, then there is MD, GM, then we have different departments: production department, finance department, marketing department, HR department, IT department. Then in that sub departments also are there. Then we have workers, foreman, supervisor. So this organization structure has derived from these principles only. There should be a clear division of the work. Okay, high pay for higher performing employee. Yeah, earlier what happened, each and every workers were paid equally. That was not appropriate. Okay, he said the employees or the workers which are producing more should be paid more. Okay, a hierarchy of authority and strict surveillance of employees. See, there should be a strict authority, power, there should be a hierarchy of power. Why power is very very important in the management era? Because what happens, top management is giving orders, rules, regulation, so middle level management need to follow. There should be a strict, I would say, hierarchy of authority, power, so that work can be done easily and there will be no dispute or quarrel or conflict. Now principle, what is principle? Let's focus on the meaning of principle, then we're going to move towards the four principle by F.W. Taylor. Now principle, see, principle is a fundamental truth, okay, which is derived from experiment, observation, or practical aspect. Any principle you take, any principle derived in management. For example, I would say division of work, authority, responsibility, or discipline, harmony not discord, or functional foremanship. All these principle or techniques are based on the fundamental truth. They have been seen the situation and analyze the practical approach, then these principles have been derived. Okay, by dividing the work will be more efficient. By division of work, the work will be more, our workers will be more productive, more efficient. Discipline is very important for harmonious working environment. Rules, regulations should be followed. Okay, principle of tenure, workers should not be terminated on the regular basis. Okay, there should be a good tenure to the workers, they should be paid on the basis of, I would say, principle of order. Things should be, I would say, things should be arranged in a proper systematic manner so that work can take place smoothly. So all these principles have been derived on the basis of practical approach on observing, and they are fundamental truth. Okay, they've been applying in every organization, and they are effective principles. It established cause and effect relation. Cause and effect, see what happens, what was the cause, why this principle has being derived, and what has been changed by implementing this principle. For example, harmony not discord, what will be the change, what will be the positive impact in the organization. It's very important. Okay, positive impact refers to there will be more, I would say, friendly relation, cooperative relation between management and workers, there will be less disputes. Okay, and the work will be taking smoothly. So every principle is based on science, and it establishes a cause and effect relationship between two or more variables under given situation. They serve as a guide to thought and action. These principles are derived on the basis of experiment. I have told you this principle, all principles are framed after experimenting. Okay, experimenting refers to experimenting on, I would say, on the not exact situation, but creating a situation. If there is a problem, if I implement this principle, there will be a positive impact, there will be a positive change in the management. Okay, now first these are the principles of F.W. Taylor. See, replacement of rule of thumb. This principle is the first principle, replacement of rule of thumb. Cooperation, not individualism. Harmony, not discord. Development of each and every person to his greater efficiency. These are the four principles, and they are very, very easy. Let me explain you in the short. Then we're going to study with example. Replacement of rule of thumb refers to, see what happens earlier. There was no science. There was no application of scientific methods, tools, technique for selecting an employee in an organization. So, what happened? The workers were selected on the basis of rule of thumb. Okay, if any worker is coming, and their management will give them thumb, come, you join the organization. But F.W. Taylor said that this principle is not good at all. There should be replacement of rule of thumb, and the rule of thumb should be replaced by science, not rule of thumb. There should be scientific methods, some scientific tools, some scientific technique for selecting an employee or worker should be selected on the basis of his qualification, his skills, his capability, his potential, his experience. Okay, so there should be some method, some technique for selecting an employee in an organization. Harmony not discord, this is very easy principle. Is this principle states that there should be harmony, there should be a good harmonious environment in the organization, there should be no discord, there should be no disputes, because earlier there were a lot of disputes between management and workers. Management thought workers are not productive, workers thought management are not cooperating, and they are just giving us order. So there should be a harmonious environment in an organization, there should be no disputes, quarrels, conflicts. F.W. Taylor said that. Cooperation, not individualism. See, in an organization there are different hierarchy of management, different departments, sub departments. Okay, so they should be working in cooperation and not individualism. They should not just focus on their personal goal, they should not just be thinking that my personal goal or personal objective should be satisfied. No, they should be thinking that organization objective should be achieved. There should be cooperation in the organization. A good unity should be there between different departments, sub department, or hierarchy of management. Development of each and every person to his greater efficiency. He said that each and every worker in the organization, each and every, okay, whether he is from lower level, whether he is from middle level or top level, they should they should be given a good environment. There should be development of their mind, development of their, I would say, efficiency, capability, skills to its greater efficiency. Okay, they should be given a healthy environment. They should be given an environment where they are very productive, and where their personal goals as well as organization goal can be achieved. Now, these principles I have given in brief. Replacement of rule of thumb. This principles that states that the workers or the employees should be selected on the basis of science, not on the basis of rule of thumb. They should use scientific methods, scientific techniques, scientific tools for selecting an employee. Okay, on the basis of their experience, on the basis of their qualification, on the basis of their skills, on the basis of their knowledge, potential, and capability. Harmony, not discord. There should be a harmonious environment. There should be no disputes, quarrels, conflict between management and workers. There should be a harmonious environment. Both should work together so that organization can achieve their objective, vision, mission. Cooperation, not individualism. There should be a cooperative environment between the different hierarchy of management. They should not just focus on their personal goals or personal objective. They should focus on the organization goal, and they should work cooperating with each other in the management. Development of each and every person to his greater efficiency. I've told you earlier also, each and every person should be given an environment where his efficiency, his productiveness increases. Thus, they will be able to contribute towards the organization's vision, mission, and objectives.